In the previous video, we created a simple text UI using two text composables, one from the foundation package and one from the material package, basic text and text. In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your text by changing their default style. As you can see, we have a default font and we also have a default size for this font. But I'm gonna show you how exactly you can change their style. I'm gonna start with basic text. Unfortunately, both of these composables, basic text and text, have a parameter named style that allows us to customize the appearance of text. So for the style of basic text, we start with passing a style parameter. Note that there's two ways to pass a custom style to your style parameter. One of them is using one of the prepared and ready styles of the material package. So material theme, typography, and then one of these styles. As you can see, the type of these styles are all text style and we can use them here. So because this is kind of a headline that we are using, we can use one of these headings like H3 or H4. Let's use H4. And although basic text isn't from the material package, it can use the style value from the material design package, material theme.typography.h4. I'm gonna use the same style for the second composable text as well. I can make a slight change to it, actually, to make them a little bit different. I'm gonna make the first one kind of a headline, or add another text, for example, to act as a headline of this course. So basic text equals welcome, and then for the style I'm gonna use material theme dot typography dot h. Let's see what we have. H2. Yeah, that should do it. There we go. I add a spacer after it to add some distance after basic text and make its size something like 16 depth in height. Actually, it's gonna be height. Import height. So let's see what we have by refreshing our preview. Another refresh. All right, there we go. We have our text. You can see that we have the welcome headline, and then we have the two other text UIs displayed one on top of the other. All right. Next, I'm gonna show you the second method of changing the style, and that is by customizing the style. For example, I want to change one of these styles to a different style of mine, to a custom style of mine. To do that, I say text style dot default dot copy. The copy function from Kotlin allows me to customize an object and return the modified type. So now I can pass in the different parameters for that object that I want that object to differ in. For example, the color can change. For the color, I'm gonna pass different color, like color.red. I can pass in a different font size. So font size can be different. It can be, for example, 50 SP, and the unit of font is SP. You can specify other parameter values like font weight, font style, font synthesis, and so on and so forth. And one of the interesting things that I like is changing the font family. You can even change the font family using this method. So imagine you have a custom font that you have added to your resources and now you want to use it in your application. It's easy to do it. But first, let's see what the preview is for this code. I refresh the UI and wait for it to appear. Another refresh as usual. The first time doesn't work, apparently. There we go. But you don't have to use textstyle.default all the time to customize your font or customize your text. You can use one of these custom styles that have been one of these ready styles that have been created in material package and then customize them. For example, the H4 style that we have, I can use copy on it because it's a text style object and I can customize it with copy and then pass in a different color to it, like color.blue or color.green, and then change the font size as well. For example, font size, this time let's make it a little bit bigger, 60 SP, and even font weight or font style dot italic, normal, one of these two can be used for font style. I'm gonna use italic, font style dot italic. Okay, let's see what we have by refreshing our preview. Another refresh, please. There we go. And I can use the same method on the first basic text by customizing it, copy, and let's customize its font weight. Font weight dot bold. Let's use a bold font weight for it and then refresh. Let's see what we have. Another refresh. There we go. You can see that it's very easy to customize your text using the style parameter and using the method that I just showed you, using one of the ready styles or just customizing any style type you want. Okay, so we talked about using the style parameter and how to customize it, customizing even the styles, text styles from the typography that was in turn from the material design package of Jetpack Compose. And now I'm gonna show you how to use a custom font. For that purpose, I have already downloaded a font from the internet, actually from Google Fonts. It's a very nice site, I love it. It's in my downloads directory. The font name is Chango. I copy it by pressing Ctrl C and back to Android Studio. I go to the project section and resources. First, I'm gonna create a fonts folder by selecting new, and then Android resource directory. The type is font. Press F to select it and then OK. And then I paste my font here inside this folder. I'm gonna make it small case. It cannot be capital case. It has to be small letters. Django, DTF, OK. And we have our font. So next, the question is how we use it in our composable. You need a font family object that you need to pass into the font family parameter in your style parameter. So let's see what we need to do here. We need to create a font family object. So I create val font family or custom font, let's name it. And then I use this function, font family. There we go. I import font family. As you can see, it takes several parameters. It takes several forms of calling. It has several forms of calling. You can use one of them. I'm gonna use the simplest one that takes a list of fonts, a vararg list of fonts. So you can pass in one or more fonts here. So I'm gonna create a font object, custom font. The next one has to be custom font family. So my custom font, and my spelling sucks, custom font. Okay, let's create a font object. I created using this function, font, with capital F. I import font, and then let's see what it receives. It receives a resource ID. I'm gonna pass it a resource ID. That is the only required parameter of this function. So r.font.django, and then pass in the custom font object to custom font family, custom font, and then use custom font family object as the parameter of our font family in our custom version of the text style object. So here, where were we? I'm gonna use it on the second text composable. So one of the parameters that text style receives is font family, and I'm gonna use my custom font family. Let's refresh, see what we have. I'm gonna minimize the left part, it's too big. It just deprives us of seeing the code. Okay, please appear. Another refresh. Wow, nice. So we were able to use a custom font in our Compose UI by creating a custom font object and then using it for our customized version of text style. It's nice. Alright, I think we're good to go. We talked about creating text composables using the basic text composable and the text composable from two different packages. The text composable is actually more recommended if you are making your application material and if you want your application to be material, but using basic text is just fine. And also you can customize your text as I showed you by calling copy on a text style object, or using the copy function on text style.default, and so on and so forth, passing your parameters like font weight, like text size, font size, and so on. Like even font family, we were able to use a custom font family. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna wrap up this video, and I hope that you liked the video.